Hey guys, this is Tom from CrossCountryRoads.com, and I'm coming to you today with the fourth audio blog ever. And it's been, I believe, about 3 months since my last one, so I feel I was well overdue to touch base with you guys, and so that's what I'm going to do here today. Just to start out, I recently noticed that the YouTube channel, the Cross Country Road YouTube channel, has surpassed 1 million views, and to me that's outstanding. To some other YouTubers that might not mean much, but to me that's a absolutely amazing milestone, and I can't say thank you to you guys, the viewers, enough. It means a lot to me. It keeps me motivated to keep doing this. To hopefully bring you guys more road footage as much as I possibly can. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. You guys are awesome. What I'm really going to talk about mostly in this installment is website redesign that I'm working on right now, which won't be ready for a while yet, but work on it has begun. And after that, I'm going to take some time to answer some frequently asked questions I get, whether it's on YouTube comments or emails through the website or however else. So that's what this blog is going to cover. I'll start with the details of the site redesign. The current design of CrossCountryRoads.com is about 4 years old or so. So it's aged for certain by technology standards. And what, as I'm sure you all know, what has been the recent, I guess, push in web technology is browsing on mobile phones and tablets. And so that's what the redesign is going to be focused on, making the site more mobile friendly and more friendly to view on tablets as well. So I hope that it will go smoothly. I don't have I don't have any experience designing mobile friendly sites, but you kind of learn as you go, I guess, and with some good resources on the side, you can hope that you can get the job done. So what I'm looking at, as for when you'll notice that change, I would say sometime this summer, since, like I said, I'm new to it, and therefore it'll take me more time than it would someone who does it for a living, obviously. And so I'm taking my time, making sure I do everything right, fixing a lot of the things I feel I did wrong the first time around, so that I don't have to go back and do things twice like I did several times with the current design. So look for that to happen sometime this summer. I will probably make another audio blog about that when the time draws closer. But it is coming, or at least I'm going to try very hard to make it happen, because I think it'll benefit, make the experience better for all you guys. So after that, I guess I'll just jump right into answering some frequently asked questions that I get, like I said, through YouTube comments or emails or through the contact form on the site. These are in no particular order, and these are the ones that just stick out in my head as ones that I feel like I'm answering a lot, and therefore I remember them. So, yeah, let's just jump right in, I guess. This one I get all the time. Hopefully this will answer it once and for all. I'm sure someone else will come along and ask the same thing a few days after this. But the question is, can you upload videos from and insert state and road here? Well, the reason I don't have those videos uploaded yet is probably because I don't have the road filmed yet. I don't have everything filmed yet, or I wouldn't be doing this still. So, you have to bear with me, unfortunately. And, it's not like I'm just sitting on all this footage, just, waiting for the right time to upload it, waiting for someone to ask for it, and then I'll upload it. It's just, I just haven't gotten to filming that stretch of road or taking photos of it yet either. But I will, because my goal is to get them all. As I said in the first audio blog, I believe, when I stated my new goal. So just bear with me. I like hearing what suggestions so I can zero in on what people are wanting to see the most. But just understand that I don't have every road filmed yet, and hopefully that answers that question and reduces the number of times I get it. But anyway, next question we'll go on to: what is your favorite road? Favorite road that I've been on, I've made it clear in Facebook posts that when I added content from it, it has to be Interstate 17 in Arizona, hands down, so far, that I've been on. And why is because in a matter of 147 miles or so, you get every scene you can imagine on that road. You start out in Phoenix, in downtown Phoenix, you get the city scene. A little bit north, you get the suburban scene. A little bit north, you're in the mountains and see a bunch of cactus around you. A little bit further north, you go down into the Verde Valley, and the scene changes yet again. And then, of course, you climb up out of that, continuing north towards Flagstaff. The vegetation changes drastically as your elevation changes, and you're surrounded by tall pine trees by the time you're above 7,000 feet in Flagstaff, with snow-capped mountains in the distance. And to see all that in 145 or 147 miles of driving is, to me, remarkable. I can't think of too many other roads that can happen in that short a distance in this country, although there might be some. But also the drastic change in elevation. You start out just above 1,000 feet in elevation in Phoenix, and you end up over 7,000 in Flagstaff. That's 6,000 foot elevation change in a matter of 147 miles. That is also remarkable. And so it's hard to beat the experience of driving that road, not to mention the beautiful mountain scenery and the valleys and the change in vegetation. Like I said, just if you haven't driven it and you're ever in Arizona, make sure you do. If you like roads as much as we do, but definitely worth the drive. Some other roads I like, I guess runner-ups or whatever you want to call them. I like Interstate 44. I like a lot of parts of Interstate 40, and I like a lot of parts of Interstate 80 as well. One part on I-80 I liked was Donner Pass, of course. I liked Medicine Bow National Forest in Wyoming. And on I-40, which also goes to Flagstaff, obviously I like that part of it. And through New Mexico, and that is just awesome scenes along that road as well. So those are some of my favorites. And that's so far, again, because I haven't gotten them all yet. That could change, but Interstate 17 will be pretty hard to beat. Next question. What kind of cameras do you use, and what is your setup like? Starting with the cameras. At first I used a lower end one that only shot in 480p. It was a Sony Handycam, older model. I upgraded to a newer model, Sony Handycam, which shot 1080p. That's what I've been using up to this point, because I had no reason to change, because it worked so well. That's for the camcorders we're talking. And digital cameras for still photos, I've been using, I started out with a Sony CyberShot, again, lower end, older model. as of, I think, 2011, I started using a Canon PowerShot, which it was a model SX130, which takes great pictures. Still use disposable batteries though, so the cost started piling up on that, obviously, when you're taking almost 1,000 photos a day on these trips. But that's what I've used up to this point. Now, recently, I upgraded both my camcorder and my digital camera. A new digital camera I got is a new Sony CyberShot, which seems very promising. More megapixels means better quality pictures, so I'm looking forward to using that from here on out for the photos. And the camcorder, I got a Canon Vixia, a new camcorder, which I'm also looking forward to seeing how that works out, because it is, well, like, you know, technology goes, it's newer and therefore it's higher end than the Sony Handycam was, although that thing treated me very well, has many, many, many miles on it. As for a setup with that equipment, I assume you mean the camcorder, because really, for taking the still photos, it's a matter of pointing and shooting. But for the camcorder, how it's mounted, I have a suction cup mount, which mounts to the via a suction cup to the windshield. So it's mounted to the windshield, and the camcorder has a just like mounting to a tripod, it screws on to the mount. And it takes a lot of playing around with to get it set up just right, a lot of test runs and you know, jiggling around with it. But once you get it just right, it's, you know, it looks just, you know, just like it does from the driver's seat. So it's rewarding once you do get it set up just right. Along the lines of that, what I do once I have the suction cup mount and the camcorder mounted on it, I lay down a couple of black t-shirts on the dashboard to reduce glare and eliminate the reflection of the windshield. This obviously makes for a crisper picture, and it's absolutely crucial for shooting photos, even wide photos, and also for keeping the camcorder in focus. Using autofocus a lot of the time, it can, you know, focus on things you want it to, like reflections on the windshield and stuff. So to avoid all that, the black t-shirts are a must, which a lot of guys use that, as you'll see if you ever heard them talk about their subs. So that's nothing original, but it is absolutely essential. What I do, how I record long periods of time, is the camcorder will record while plugged in. So I have I think it's a 400 volt Cobra power inverter that plugs into your 12 volt outlet, your cigarette lighter, whatever you want to call it. And from there, you plug in a power strip. You can plug in the camcorder. You can plug in, you know, your phone. You can plug in GPS. You can plug in your laptop, computer, anything into that. So that's how I keep it powered all that time, and don't have to rely on battery life, which would really be a pain, considering how long you film at one time. Hopefully that answers that. And you know what, maybe it'd just be better to make a video sometime, a future audio blog, add a little video to it showing the setup. Maybe that would be something I could do too, if you wanted to see it. Next question. Let's see here. What kind of car do you drive? Right now, I drive a 2011 Ford Fusion, and it's the best car I ever owned. Very reliable, very fuel efficient, very comfortable. And yeah, it's not a BMW, but you know what? I don't care, because it gets the job done. So, and for longer trips, oftentimes I'll take different cars, whether it be a rental car or whatever. So usually I'm driving a different car every trip, but my go-to car that I take is a 2011 Ford Fusion. Next one, why do you film every mile? And why don't you just make time-lapse videos? Well, the way I like to answer that question is with another question. Why does Google send their Street View cars out to photograph every foot of every single highway in the country and other countries, Canada and Mexico too? Why does Google do that? It's the same reason why I do what I do. I think I can safely speak for their intention. It's because they're trying to be a source of information, not a source of entertainment. Okay, that's why Google will send their car out on every single road, every single street they can possibly cover, so that you, ever needing to see what it looks like, can rely on them to have that information. And that's pretty much exactly what my goal is, on a much smaller scale, obviously, is to provide a source of information before entertainment. And yeah, that's why that's why I do it that way. Uh, really, there's nothing else to say about it, I don't think. It just it's because I put information ahead of entertainment, and that's, to do it any other way would totally be to disregard my goals of what I'm trying to accomplish, I think. And as for why the real-time videos as opposed to time-lapse videos, because I want to simulate as much as I can the feel of driving on that road, just like I am when I'm recording it. And I don't think, any other way other than real time would really capture that the way I want to. It's just my preference. So, that's why I do it that way. I want you guys to be able to read the signs, see the interchanges, see the scenes, see the traffic, whatever is going on around, and just like it's happening, just like you're there. To do it otherwise makes it blatantly artificial, and I think loses the feel I want to capture with the video. And final question we'll cover. Where are you going next, or where are you going this year? Well, I do have plans for this year, but I'm not going to detail those since this video is already getting long. What I'll do is when those times draw near, I'll make other audio blogs detailing what I will be covering or plan to cover in those trips. What I will say generally, though, is that one trip I'm planning for the spring, I'll be going west. Another trip I'm planning for the summer, I'll be going east. So you'll get the best of both worlds in that, depending on which you prefer. But so I'll be covering a little bit of everything, hopefully, this year. Might also take some long weekend trips, of course, weather permitting at those times. Much like I did last year, if you followed any of that. So when the time comes closer for those two big trips, and even smaller long weekend ones, I'll probably make another audio blog detailing the plans for those. So that's the last question I had jotted down here to answer. Any more, feel free to ask in the comments or via email, through the site. However you wish to get in contact is fine with me. So, till next time, that's all I got. So, take care. Thanks again for continuing to follow my work, and I hope to bring you more this year. And happy roading.